Hey, everybody, welcome to the Insufferable Bastards podcast. Hello, Shuli.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
The only time anybody watches this podcast is when we talk about Stuttering John.
Hi, this is Stuttering John Melendez from The Howard Stern Show.
It's all Long Island to me.
The second she saw the face, she said, "Oh yeah, that was him."
Oh, you're the guy that played fake clips of me. Yes, I remember now.
It's a stupid name, but maybe it's worth listening to. How the fuck do I know? I got my own problems. I got hemorrhoids and shit. When I wipe my ass, it looks like a chocolate-covered cherry. All right, giggy.
Hey, everybody. Happy Friday evening. Welcome to the Insufferable Bastards podcast. My name is Carlos Danger, but only for the purposes of this broadcast. Joined by my co-host, Mr. Brian Spears. Hello, Brian.
Hello.
And making a return appearance to the podcast, you know him as Matt from Mondo Creepy, also known as Mondo Vapey. It's Matt. Should I give your last name since we have such a huge audience now?
Matt's good. Matt from Mondo Creepy's good.
And Matt is the man of the hour because what do you got going on tonight, Mr. Matt?
In less than 45 minutes is the premiere of an all-new episode of Mondo Creepy over on the official Mondo Creepy YouTube channel.
What movie are we watching?
We are watching Warriors of the Wasteland, a.k.a. The New Barbarians.
And can you describe what that movie is?
It is a film from 1983 directed by Enzo G. Castellari, who also directed a blatant Jaws
Sounds
ripoff.
Italian.
It is a low-budget Italian schlock fest. Enzo G. Castellari also directed a movie called The Last Shark, which was a blatant ripoff of Jaws, so much so that Universal sued it into oblivion. And from him, we have tonight's film, which is a blatant ripoff of The Road Warrior.
That is awesome. I have a previews of coming attractions for tonight's film, and here it is.
B Dabbler, $1.99. Do you really survive by eating your own boogers?
I'm not sure which one of us he's talking to.
Ray, do you really eat your boogers to survive?
Someone put that on B Dabbler put that in my fucking stream today too.
You did?
Yeah, I don't look that bad as a lady.
So, Ray, do you survive on your own boogers? Answer the man's question.
I've never ate a booger.
You're doing it right now. Yes. That was funny, right? That was Ray DeVito.
That was Ray DeVito.
That was a mashup of B Dabbler and a Ray DeVito thing I did. Wait, we got a couple of comments here. We got Kinky Loco from earlier. Hello, Kinky Loco. We got one from this Mondo Creepy big boob lady. Hello, Mondo Creepy. Obnoxious John throws out Baba Boobies. We got Citizen M in the house. Red Bar, NLO, Steel Toe, that banker who went postal last week. Carl Hamburger. Oh, what did Carl do to you, Citizen M? Kinky Loco, say Matt's phone number. Wrong show. Christina Marie, Kinky gets around. Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, he do. Citizen M, my bad. I thought this was dabble content. Nope, not tonight. I said that already. Obnoxious John, Italians don't say I Italian. Yeah, I'm Irish. And why docs Carl from Christina Marie. So you got that movie playing tonight, but we should also explain just what Mondo Creepy is. If people go to Mondo Creepy TV at 10 p.m., just about 45 minutes from now, how is this movie packaged? Why is it called Mondo Creepy TV if it's some type of wacky sausage thing?
Mondo Creepy is a show. If you remember USA Up All Night from back in the day, or if you remember Elvira when she used to host movies, it's kind of a mashup of that. It's what's called a horror host show, where you have somebody who introduces a terrible B movie / horror film, and then before the commercial breaks, they keep it moving. They're sort of a companion to the audience, where they sort of goof on the movie with the audience, sort of
a horror hostess.
A horror hostess, yeah. They'll preview what's coming next, sort of brace you for the schlockiness of it all, and they keep it moving. It's a friend that you watch the movie with that's not in your living room.
And so, like, what is your role in Mondo Creepy overall? Like, you're creating it, you write it. You obviously don't play the big bosomed.
No, nobody wants to see me in a dress. At least, hopefully, nobody in this chat at the moment wants to see me in a dress. If you do, it's gonna cost you. What was I saying?
I don't even know what this means. Christina Marie says, so get my brother-in-law's name out your mouth? Is that you?
Okay.
Yeah, what do you do? You're the director? You write
I
these
am
things?
the
You put them
writer.
together? Do you have a team?
There is a team. It is myself. It is Jennifer, the actress that plays Lilith, and Mr. Pete Gerner. We are the team that makes the show. She's the actress. Pete does the makeup as well as helps me with the physical production side of it. And then I write it, and then I also do the editing.
And what number is this? How many Mondo
This is
Creepies?
episode number 6.
Episode number 6. It's going to be on 10 p.m. tonight Eastern Time. Mondo Creepy TV on YouTube. And basically the thing is, if you like get drunk or take your edibles, whatever you weirdo hippies do, you can comment along. It's kind of like a mystery science theater 3000 type thing. You actually watch this premiere together, and that's the hope. And that's why we brought you on. I thought we could maybe possibly bring our 5 listeners or viewers over there for at least an hour, because Melton goes live at 11:15. So whatever.
Then we're both fucked. We're both fucked at 11. Fair
Bob
enough.
Levy is live right now, but at some point, people got to get. All right, come on. We've all seen Out of the Coffin, right? Come on. And there's no super chats involved, right? You don't do super chats.
We do not do super chats, and I promise you, we will never show one too many.
Oh, that would. Well, actually, I thought we would get some views. Our thing died on the vine, man. The Dabbleverse is over.
I don't think I could subject myself to that ever again.
Christina Marie says that was directed. That was directed towards Citizen M. Okay, Christina, I'm sorry. We got Chairman Meow in the house. He gives a thumbs up. Yeah, so that's happening at 10:15. And I actually do have. I know I'm obsessed with Ray DeVito because I'm in love with him, but I do have a Mondo Creepy commercial.
On the next episode of Mondo Creepy.
Tonight's trash-tastic cinematic offering is Enzo G. Castellari's middle finger salute to the Mad Max franchise. Warriors of the Wasteland, aka the New Barbarians. Later on in the show, I will take some of your phone calls live on the air.
I will never forgive you for what you've done to me!
You know, personally, I don't think this film is so bad. We'll just have to agree to disagree.
Who the cares? We agreed nothing! You agreed!
Join Lilith on the Mondo Creepy YouTube channel for an all-new episode this Friday, April 14th at 10 p.m. 9 Central. That's this Friday, April 14th at 10 p.m. 9 Central.
Hell yeah. And I think I've attended each premiere on YouTube.
I believe you have.
Of every episode, because that's all I do that's why I am 300 pounds with a size 50 waist. But I've had fun every time with the creativity that happens in the chat. That's why I'm hoping some of these, not really dabblers, whatever this world.
Beloved chatters.
Yeah, that's not really. I don't know if that's really a thing, but I hope they check it out at 10 p.m. And I just wanted to hop on and tell people to do so.
With your audience and my audience, we'll have maybe a dozen people if we luck out.
I was hoping to break double digits tonight because I know the Backyard Boys are on and they had 12 viewers. I was like, all right, so we got to get 13, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. It's because our fans they're Bob Levy, right? Anybody that would watch this is already watching Bob Levy. But God bless you, Bob Levy. God bless you, Bob. How did you pick Warriors of the Wasteland with the great Fred Williamson to play?
Yes, Fred Williamson is the standout star in tonight's film. This one was basically chosen because I didn't have the last 2 episodes I've been very lucky. We were able to get actual current movies directly from filmmakers that were willing to offer up their films. I didn't have that this time. I do have something for the next episode, and then something really exciting lined up for the one after that.
So those other ones, I'm going to interrupt. Those other ones, the last one you had, the actual director was in the chat, which I didn't like because I wanted to shit on the movie.
And I like that movie though. I would have defended that movie. I really like that movie.
Still though, the whole fun of this is saying mean things about the movie you're watching. I felt a little kneecapped. It's my personal thing. But all right, but how did you decide this particular movie?
Because I had to choose a film that was basically in what's called the public domain. Public domain films are films such as
we know what public domain is, you son of a bitch.
Right, well, I don't know.
Spears,
what the
right?
Listen
to Matt, turning into a professor.
Yeah.
All right.
Out there in your house with the Real Housewives of Jersey, wherever you are.
Fair enough.
Who helped you out with this? Who helped you with the production of? Because you show the movie and then spliced in between it are really well produced whatever what do you call them? Clips? What do you call them?
They're called wraparounds in the business. They're
Wraparounds.
called wraparounds.
Okay, fancy.
We shoot it against a green screen, and then I was very lucky that the set, if I dare to use air quotes, our set are photographs of a model of a video store, and I was really lucky to get that. The guy that made it got a lot of buzz for doing it on io9.com, which was, at the time was a Gawker site. And at the time, we were looking for like a real set to use. We wanted a video store. Some people are like, well, you know, I've got a sort of video store that I set up in my basement, but none of them really looked like real video stores. So I reached out to this guy. I'm like, listen, we're not monetized. We don't make any money off the show, but please let me use your stuff. And he's been more than nice enough to do it. And in fact, he's doing a new version of the model for us to use pretty soon. So I'm really psyched about that. So we just kind of lucked out with that. So half the production value of the show is the pictures of the model.
Obnoxious John, Obnoxious John, I'm always making him angry. He's always got something to say now. The Dabbleverse is over. That's why I got 1,600 views for my last stream. Well, excuse me.
Throwing some shade there.
Wow.
Yeah, Jesus, Obnoxious John. Good for you.
Marcus, what's up?
Why don't you, what is that line from Glengarry Glen Ross? Why don't you get me a stick of bubblegum and show me how to chew it? Marcus says, sweet. Blue Mosaic says, yo, Carlos, don't want to disrespect your chat. What'd I do now? What are you talking about? Obnoxious John says, I'm watching both. Blue Mosaic says, everyone at Win by 2. Oh, I didn't know Win by 2 is live tonight. Oh, that's another one. Win by 2 was definitely.
Win by 2. I can't even keep up with all these shows anymore.
Did you ask me what it is or who it is?
Yeah, what is that?
It's a podcast, two guys younger than us, I believe, and I've gotten to know them. They popped up in my feed because they bashed Steel Toe. Did I just say English? They go after Steel Toe, and they had a wonderful last episode because Ray DeVito was on. Obviously, Ray DeVito brings the eyeballs. I don't know what Obnoxious John is talking about with his 1,600 views of stolen content. I don't know what he's talking, but they had then Corey Adam, the former third Mike from Steel Toe, called in and had this shouting match with the co-host of Win by 2. So it was really good. So yeah, that's another good one. But this is something different. You know, we're celebrating art here, people. You know what I mean? Right. There's comedy and there's the drama, which of course I love.
It's Italian, which makes it fancy.
Right. We're yelling at each other all the time, but we can give that up on one Friday night and do a Mystery Science Theater 3000 thing together.
You can't dabble every night, people.
Right. Then we got some private stuff going in the chat. Put Ray in a horror movie as a possessed. Yeah, Brian, can you get Ray an extra? You make him up as a zombie, something like that on one of your.
Ray would be amazing in anything.
Right, he's got the build for it, and he's got those eyes. He's got those. All you need is great eyes to be a zombie, right?
He's nuts, so he'll do anything.
Chad as a villain. Blue Mosaic says, "Why did Carl marry?" What is going on in this? Why is everybody mad at Carl from WATP? Quit saying the Dabbleverse is over. I mean, John, Obnoxious John, I'm allowed to express my opinion. I respect your opinion. I don't want it to be over, but it doesn't, I mean, I guess for me, and I was always hesitant to call myself a dabbler because to me, a dabbler were the people who posted in Dabblers Anonymous and did all that creative memes and video and all that kind of stuff. And so from my perspective, that's not really being done anymore. I'm still a Howard Stern fan, old school Howard Stern fan. I'm still an old school Stuttering John fan.
Could we compromise on the opinion and say that the Dabbleverse has evolved?
Okay.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay, we can say that. We got a What's Up Brother from Marcus.
What's up, Marcus?
We got Meow. There's all these. Oh, wow. All right. To make it up to Obnoxious John, I have to give him a pow. He's obsessed with this. It's going to get me kicked off my unpaid gig with Ray DeVito. There you go. We still got some Carl stuff. We got Citizen M. I like New Stern, not all else. You do not, Citizen M. Carl's wife was the only person I had. I was at DabbleCon, and she was the only one I felt comfortable talking to because I was just like really nervous and blackout drunk. But I didn't pee on anybody like other people up there.
I was listening to some old Artie clips earlier today. Him going after Marianne from Brooklyn.
I've been listening to every night Scott the Engineer stuff. Somebody put like a 6-hour thing of Scott the Engineer screwing up. And it's one of the birthday shows. We might have talked about this on a previous podcast. Brian, you've been listening to that too, where it's Scott. There were wireless mics and they're all messed up. And
yeah, I've listened to that, and I've been doing the Tom Chiasano, 9 hours just went up all together. So
Yeah,
it was
it's
really cool. That's what I go to bed to. That's my
falling
soothing,
asleep to.
Yeah, that's what I fall asleep to.
And then
So,
last
yes.
week I watched an hour of the best of KC, which was pretty good.
And Casey's YouTube page is going fairly strong, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah, I do. I love Casey. I like how honest he is with his struggles. But it's 9:30, so it's going to be on in 30 minutes, 10 p.m. Mondo Creepy TV on YouTube. They're going to be showing Warriors of the Wasteland on
AKA the New Barbarians.
The New Barbarians. The only Italian ripoff type movie I remember from when I was a kid, is I believe it's called 1990, The Bronx Warriors.
This is also directed by Enzo G. Castellari.
Same director.
And he also did another movie, which is the sequel, a blatant ripoff of Escape from New York called Escape from the Bronx.
It was always the Bronx.
In fact, you'll see a brief clip from both of them at the beginning of the show.
And they were clamshell boxes. They were huge boxes.
Yeah, and in
I'd
those
look for
days,
a ton of money today.
Whatever was on the box, you would just grab it. And I remember as a kid, my mom and dad were from the Bronx and all that, and dad was a cop in the Bronx, and you think you're going to see this gritty, Paul Newman, Fort Apache, the Bronx type action film, and it's just like low rent garbage. But I'd argue like that movie now is more popular than like a classic like Fort Apache, the Bronx with Paul Newman and Danny Aiello. That's sort of a forgotten movie, and these cheapy, shitty Italian movies have a following,
And
which
the
makes me
copies of
angry.
the copies of the tapes are way more valuable.
We got Obnoxious John just put thank you, Obnoxious John. He put your link. I believe he's a moderator, so people should be able to click on that. I believe
Thank you,
him
John.
and yeah, I love OJ. We're kidding. So here is the actual preview of Warriors of the Wasteland. I don't know if this is a self-made trailer. Who knows? I actually didn't watch it. For all I know, it could be.
It doesn't matter.
Right. Could be pornography. Hopefully Ray DeVito's in it. It's only a minute.
They're coming! They're coming!
But only we, the Templars, are the ministers of revenge. Run! Run!
With all the Templars around, you women are getting rare.
What are you doing?
Can't stay in one place for long. Too many people running after me.
There's Fred.
But I would have handled it without your help.
Fred the Hammer Williams.
Use that anger. What are you here for?
I'm here to kill you.
Yeah, so that's coming up 10 p.m. Mondo Creepy TV on the YouTube. Yeah, and you can really see there how it's just a blatant 100% ripoff of George Miller's The Road Warrior or Mad Max Part 2.
Yeah, and Mel Gibson will be there in spirit tonight.
As I thought I heard his voice in that earlier clip.
I can't confirm or deny who that was.
The other thing, what's that awful 80s movies that everybody our age, all us boomers, like now, Megaforce. It looks a little like Megaforce.
Yeah.
I hate Megaforce, and I hate people who
Megaforce
like
is
Megaforce.
actually, I think, even worse than this movie.
Ugh. Right. What is it, Barry Bostwick? Oh, wow, I hate this. Adam, wait, what do you hate? The movie, Us, and what? Please. Bob Levy said he knew a guy with one hand like that, and he could fuck people up with it. Marcus says the music is so grand.
It's, what's his name? The guy from Goblin did the music.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
You should just smile and squeegee. Yeah, so if anybody wants to see that, if you want to take a dump on an Italian movie, as we all do, please tune in at 10 p.m. Mondo Creepy TV on the YouTube. Is there anything else? Oh, look at that. We got a Carlos Danger. Oh, thank you very much. I'm not the real Carlos Danger. Adam has, wait, where'd it go? Adam has two headbands and motorcycles.
And shoulder pads, big shoulder pads.
Adam has two hands. Literally all of this. This is bad. Well, you don't have to be so mean. Adam has two hands. I like you on the challenge. Anything else you want to say about it, Mr. Mondo Creepy?
Well, you asked me before about why did we choose it. Basically,
Yes.
because we needed a public domain movie, And I'm not a big fan of showing anything in black and white because a lot of what's in the public domain are much older movies. And we try to stick to an 80s type of theme, like celebrating the VHS era with the show. So this kind of just seemed like a perfect fit.
Adam, all right, we got a new fan. Adam has two hands, who was in the MLC chat earlier today. I'm cultured. I like film. Pink Flamingos is my favorite.
Well,
movie.
who doesn't love Pink Flamingos? I love Pink Flamingos.
Is that the dog? Is that the one where Divine eats dog shit, or is that one of the?
That's the one where Divine eats dog shit.
Oh, okay. Hey, come on! I was at the Danbury, Connecticut, the horror convention going on, and in the hotel I was staying at, John Waters was having his camping trip for all the rich people. He charges like $5,000 a head, and Tracy Lords was there. John Waters was there. So come on, we're all the same. Double digits. Yeah, look at that. Thank you so much, Christina Marie. We got 11 viewers. We got Kinky Loco with a Ray Tarded. We got Obnoxious John Spears. Would you let these guys get a word in? Jeez.
Tracy Lords was there that weekend too.
Tracy Lords. Yeah, I talked to Tracy Lords. I approached her. You think this like podcast is awkward? I should have videotaped that. He says, yeah.
Did you get her number?
No. I don't want to even relive. I don't remember what I said, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? It was one of those things. I was at the bar for a while, but I thought since we got it's 9:36, right? It's going to premiere at 10 p.m. and please go to Mondo Creepy TV at 10 p.m. You sons of bitches,
you motherfuckers.
The other thing I wanted to talk about briefly was this whole Shuley possibly versus Kevin Brennan versus Mike Calta, the Tampa DJ. And now I was on with Ray DeVito on the Rock Bottom podcast at 12 p.m. and we talked about it. And Brian, you complained. Now, when I do that podcast with Ray, I don't really read. I don't. Well, you literally complained to me that you were chatting and I didn't see it. And I was just explaining that. I was just explaining that I can't read the chat because I mean Ray, he's not paying attention as it is.
Well, all mine were just insults to Shuley, so that's all. I just said hack Shuley. You know, Shuley's a hack, so I just was hoping they'd read that.
Adam has two hands, dude. It's totally all right. There's no need to. Yeah, we know we're all in the same boat here. We all love each other. It's okay. You're like our base red lettuce, sort of. Smash the like button. I'm sorry, Brian. Look, see, that's why I can't read the chat. I just got distracted. I asked you a question and I got distracted.
He's talking about Red Letter Media. They're a famous podcast. They get
why do you act like I don't know what it is?
I don't know what you know.
Matt's always like, I'm Mr. Backwards hat vaping cool guy. I know what the fuck Red Letter Media is. You know what? I don't like it.
You know, I'm not a big fan either.
Right? I know we're supposed to say, Calta is a loser, local DJ. He's just trying to get attention. Oh, yeah, I should set this up. Do people need me to set this up? So Calta yesterday is interviewing Shuley on his morning radio program because Shuley is doing a night spot at a comedy club with Chad Zumach. And Calta, who has a grudge against Kevin Brennan because Kevin Brennan once gave out his number on the air. Then Calta gave out his number. Calta struck back again, round two, gave out Kevin Brennan's number on the air yesterday. And I think the question that everyone's wondering is, did Shuley do enough to not stop it, but did he put in any effort or did he yuck it up and thereby encourage Calta to share the number? What do you think, Brian?
Well, he did nothing to stop it. If anything, he encouraged it. I think it's,
Based on the evidence I heard this afternoon, I would say Shuley did nothing.
So here is Shuley explaining himself to King Brennan. I think this is from yesterday.
Shuley, so what happened? Was Chad involved in my number given out?
And this is also interesting because today, Chad I guess Levy sort of invited Chad on, and then Kevin said no, and then Chad announced that he'll probably never be on MLC again. It is interesting. Yesterday, Brennan concentrates on Chad's involvement more than anything else.
No, and Chad I think.
Go ahead.
Well, I think the wrong guy was off the should have been. I think the other guy. I think Bob should have been off the show today. I think he's more like he did. He's not standing up against anything.
Think he rides the fence too much?
On the radio, Chad wasn't with me. He had nothing to do with the interview today.
And so why did he give out my number? Was there a reason?
Why did Mike Calta give out your number?
Yeah.
Probably because you gave out his number a long time ago.
All those crystals and whatnot, Adam.
Yeah, like a year ago. So then now he's a year later.
Oh,
just out of the blue. There was no context.
No, I guess he's still pissed for you giving out his number.
A year
And that's why
later.
he did it to me.
Hi, Jake.
Yeah, Kevin, you've hated people for decades. Like, what are you talking about? A year later, he's still pissed about it, I guess. I'd take it up with him. He's the one who gave it out. I had no idea that was happening.
And then what? And then you just sat there and let him do it?
Kevin, it's his. I didn't think he was going to do it. He did it at the end of the show. But what
I
am
don't buy
supposed
that.
to do? Just run around the studio, pulling mics out of the
By the
wall?
way, it's Jake.
It's
I'm
not
sorry
my
for laughing,
fault. He
Jules.
did this. He's doing this because you did this.
A year ago.
Whenever ago. It was done. I don't know that there's a shelf.
Dislabeled
life on
weighs
these
in.
things. You're still pissed at Gino for giving out your number. That was a while ago. So, it's something I think you got to take up with him, pal. And
Ray
definitely
explained
not
it perfectly earlier.
Yeah, go ahead. And then that's it. That's all I'll share because we got to
Because
get out of here.
Chewie
in a
had
couple
all
minutes.
the time in the world to stop, because when he was giving out the number, it wasn't like he did it rapid fire. It was like boom, boom, boom. He was like 917. Like, he had all the time in the world to stop and say, like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" He didn't do it.
Or was it just? But in Shuli's defense, playing devil's advocate, was it just a good bit? I'm sorry.
I mean, it's a great radio bit. Of course it is, but don't pretend like he didn't know what was going to happen.
Citizen M, I hate Shuli. People mistakenly believe because he has children, he's not a bad guy. I don't know if it's because he has children. I mean, I don't know if has Shuli ever hurt anyone? Like, what makes him?
My ears when I have to listen to him.
I mean, I'm actually a Shuli fan, as I say every single week. I think he's very fun. I think if you go back, I don't think it's ever been released, but the New Year's Eve show, thank you, Jake Hudson, that Shuli did with MLC and a very drunk Chad was hilarious. Adam says, Jake rules, what a champion. I just got principled uncertainty. Shuli loved it. Yeah, I agree there. Citizen M, Shuli's first appearance was telling, and I don't really know. He was a caller.
But he might
Am
be
I right?
saying that he told jokes as a Stern fanboy.
With the N-word in it?
I mean, I don't, I'm not saying he did or didn't. I don't remember He was a really, I'll say this in Shuli's defense.
Slander.
He was a great caller.
Why does children make you good or bad? Jeffrey Dahmer had kids. Jeffrey Dahmer had children?
He had him for dinner.
No, he didn't.
Okay, then the other thing that was going on, so that was Shuli talking to Kevin Brennan, and here is audio from, I think it's the Salted Lands YouTube page that does a lot of great clips. This is the actual incident. Let me know if you can see and hear that, because I was having problems on Ray's thing. Can you see that?
I can see that.
Talks about me a lot.
And you hear that?
Yes.
And gave out my phone number on the show. And
I think that happened a long time ago,
it did.
right?
So I'm sitting in my living room.
And then he got a taste of his own medicine. Somebody gave out his number.
Well, yeah, I'm sitting in my living room and my phone rings. I don't recognize the number. I don't answer. It happens a lot. Then 5 minutes later, it rings again, different number. And I'm like, Then it rings again and I go, hello, Dallas, Texas. Hey, man, why won't you take Kevin Brennan's call? I go, Kevin Brennan didn't call me. And he's like, oh, well, he just gave out your number on his show. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I hang up, no more calls. And I waited and I text Kevin and I said, it's been an hour and 3 people called. Literally, I sat there and I didn't rush to I just sat there and I waited 3 calls in an hour. So then I changed my outgoing message and said, hey, you reached my counter, but if you're looking for Kevin Brennan, call him at 917. And I gave out his phone number. And then it fired back at him. And then I text him and I said, listen, you got a problem. Let's handle this like men. And he doesn't answer.
All right.
Then I text him a screenshot of his wife's cell phone number. And I said, let me just let you know, you're messing with the wrong guy. I live for this stuff. This is what got me where I am today. This is a hobby to me. I live to do this. I will play dirty and I will make your life miserable. And then he won't even acknowledge me anymore. Then I sent him a message on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, and I said, I just want you to let you know, a lot of time has passed. Things have gone. I still hate you, and I'm going to punch you in the face if you ever come to Tampa. And he doesn't respond, and I'm like, oh, this guy's no fun.
I mean, Kevin, why are you ghosting the guy?
I mean, if we're going to start it.
I mean, people don't realize, like, legit radio guys from the radio days are like prisoners. You cannot turn your back on them. They will shank you.
It's not from
You know
the
what?
radio days.
Well, I'm just thinking because I know I guess this is the type of line. If you don't like Shuli, this is the type of thing that's fingernails on a
He's
on
not
a blackboard.
from radio, so he has to stop that.
Wait, what do you mean he's not from radio? He was on the Stern Show for like what 12,
Hey, that was
15
Sirius
years?
Radio. When he was on Sirius Radio, that none of this mattered.
But the bigger picture is that Shuli has a tendency to
lie.
talk about.
Yes, you're right.
I don't know if he's to talk about his experience. Like I remember back in the day, sort of like how Opie always says, "I've been doing this since I was 16."
Yeah.
Is that kind of it when he talks about these things?
Yeah.
Wait, we got Christina Marie.
Stolen valor.
Damn
man.
it. Dahmer's brother David had 2 kids. Redact, please. It's okay. Thank you for that. And then I just Eliza's eyes. Wait, is that what's her name? Eliza? Whatever the hell? Benji's girl, or is that someone else?
No,
Eliza Jordan. Sorry, I'm very breathy. Shuli wants to be good and is a great example of someone that can start stand up at the bottom and with lots of work and practice can make a career out of it. He's a hack with moxie. Okay, there's that. Radio wasn't Nam, Shuli. Yeah, okay, I get that. If he were like an actual funny stand-up, I wouldn't trust any of these guys. Bob Levy's the only guy I'd listen to out of all of them, but he's actually given good advice before. So am I still sharing this?
But
All right,
here's the thing, though.
Go ahead.
Do most people consider Shuli as Shuli the stand-up comedian or Shuli the guy from the Stern Show?
Yeah, I would argue. Well, at this point, he's like I know him as Shuli the podcaster or the YouTuber.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
not Shuli the stand-up comedian.
I would argue that I know, like in the last.
And I'm
couple
not saying
months,
he's a bad stand-up. I'm just saying that's what I think most people associate with him.
I don't care about stand-up comedy anymore. I have to admit it. Like I know Chris Rock had I turned it off. Big J Ogerson, I tried to get through his. I just turned it off. I rather, instead of them doing those prepared speeches, I much rather hear comics just talk on a podcast. And I don't know if other people feel that way, but I think that's a disconnect sometimes because a lot of times these stand-ups will talk about doing stand-up all the time where it's like, no, all right, we get that. Just
Have you told
talk
Ray that?
I tried telling Ray that, and he just did not. Ray, if he doesn't want to hear something, he doesn't hear it. Is my thing. Stand-up is Artie says Artie. All right, you're now Artie. Artie 2 Hands says stand-up is shit. You're right. But you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I prefer the hang like a little bit with the podcast, and when they're naturally become funny in a situation, I find that funnier than stand-up.
Artie on the Stern Show.
Because now stand-up is clips. So if you watch it, like, and then listen, I saw clips of Chris Rock before I watched Chris Rock. And that's the problem.
So you didn't need to see the special, yeah.
And I saw the good, whatever, or what if, that's the problem. It's all snippets now. It's so quick. Our attention span is over.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel that even like Dave Chappelle specials, it's appointment viewing, but then I felt like it was like sitting through, I don't know, a sociology lecture in 19.
Brennan losing his mind. Like that is hilarious.
Right. Principled Uncertainty says, I come in as an O&A guy who knows Shuli as an ex-Stern dude. I harbor no old school hate, but something is off. Adam has 2 hands. Yeah, the natural funny is better. Podcasts lend themselves to spontaneous comedy. Not this one. Christina Marie, I love Bob Levy. He has an amazing heart. Yeah, and you know what? There was that brings me to something else. I know I'm skipping around, but we all heard the cultist stuff, right? I don't have to play the rest of it. And he gives out his number, and that's that, because we got to wrap it up. But there was a cool moment the other day. Kevin Dombrowski, who gets beat up a lot by Kevin Brennan, had Jackie the Joke Man on. And I just thought, I'm totally being a dork here in a piazza, but I just thought this was a really cool moment.
Listening live. Jackie,
Can you guys see and hear that? I'm paranoid now.
You're good.
You write the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast, Dave Delafour says.
I would have, but I couldn't spell his fucking name.
Carlos Danger.
I didn't know that was going to
Jackie,
happen.
Do you think Ray DeVito did the best he could have given the circumstance?
No, not that.
I really don't think he's got a brain in his head to tell you.
Joe, clip that. Jimmy, $2 says, Jackie, do you know
I
Visconti,
queued this up
comedy
at the wrong
genius?
place. I didn't mean to be.
Very informative. Ron.
Well, you are the
one more thing, Mr.
the
Dombrowski.
Dan
I'm afraid
Rather
we
of
might.
Here we go, here we go.
The space-time continuum, but we have a guest backstage.
Let's do it. Bring him in. Oh,
just seeing these two
look at
together.
This guy joining in for episode 150. Look at Jackie. Jackie, if you both
is that Levy? Is that Levy's grandfather?
If you both just push your face to the screen, you'll be able to see each other. Jackie the Joke Grand Martling for episode 150 of Just Joking. Special guest tuning in, the Reverend Bob Levy. I feel like, I mean, this truly is like when my grandparents meet each other. This feels like Father of the Bride Part 5 going on right now.
I don't know about that, Dombrowski.
I didn't know that we were going to do a first look moment before you guys actually got it up to the altar. But what are you feeling right now?
I love to see Jackie. I mean, it's like Jackie helped me so much at the beginning. Like, and if it wasn't for Jackie, I would have probably walked away from this because it was tough. Like, he named me after my second show because I bombed so bad and they were offended by me so awfully that he went up and he didn't know what to say to get the audience back. And he goes, "Hey, how about a hand for the Reverend?" Just as to break the ice. And I mean, it was
Levy.
yeah.
You suck.
Take care,
you
Principal.
Disgusting. I was trying to discourage you. I was hoping we'd never fucking see you again. I said to Danny at the door, I said, well, I guess I polished him off. And then he fucking showed up again. No, of course, it was too dirty for them, but it was early in the game.
All right, then, Jackie goes on for about 15 minutes, as Jackie tends to do. But am I wrong? Wasn't it cool to see Levy and Jackie together like that for a few minutes?
How could you not?
Right, yeah. Kinky Loco says Jackie looks younger than Levy. Principal's Uncertainty, I think I shared that one. He's got to go. I never liked Julian Stern because he kissed Stern's ass too much. He seemed to come into his own the last few months. I definitely agree with that as well. There's an awe. Opie looks kind of like Jackie. Stop being racist towards the Irish, Obnoxious John. I don't know it's the Chinese eyes, I think. Ugh, How dare you? But, that's really it. I of course, just wanted again, or pop on again to promote our friend Matt.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mondo Creepy TV. It's scrolling across the bottom. Obnoxious John.
Less than 10 minutes.
Posted it earlier. So if you want to check something out, come in. I'm already drinking and throw some comments at the screen.
Please do.
But unless there's anything else, I think we will call it a night.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.
All right. Later.